Mrs. Mack-Poole, I've got 2 more videos for you and that is it. That will be me done with these videos. I hope you've enjoyed watching them. Anyway, so today's lesson is going to be again on a different ballad. Let me see what we're going to be doing today. It's called the Ballad of Hillsborough in today's lesson. So it's a new ballad. You should now be very, very well equipped to know what to do when you look at a ballad. You need to do your check-in. So you click on that and you do your check-in. I think you'll enjoy today's check-in. It's a little bit different. It's actually about the topic of the poem. So it's about football. So this is really, really good for those of you that are into football. Sorry if you're not. Right, the Ballad of Hillsborough by Simon Ray. Firstly, we need to think about the context of this poem. That's the very first thing you're going to be looking at is the context. So that's what we're doing in today's lesson. It's the first lesson and we're going to see the background information, the context. What do you remember about context? Well, you need to define that in your own words. And if you've forgotten, here is a little reminder for you, a little clue. So go back to the previous slide if you've forgotten it and update your slide. So what have you heard about the Hillsborough disaster? Look at these images, okay? What do they suggest? Make some predictions about what the poem is going to be about just by looking at those images. We've got a video here which will help you understand the context. Watch the video, summarize the video in your own words, and a little bit more context. And in this one, you're going to be a bit more creative. You're going to imagine that you're in the crowd and how would you be feeling? And you're going to think about adjectives to describe what is going on, the disaster. This is a storyboarding activity. There are some images in this box here. You're going to use these images and move them across for you to update the storyboard. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it's gone to this slide, but this is the information about the Hillsborough disaster. I think I just pressed on the slide by mistake, but this is the information for you to read to get more of an understanding of the disaster. And here is our checkpoint. Once you've read the information, true or false activity, nice and simple. And then we're now starting to look at the poem. There are some words on this slide that you may or may not have heard of. If you don't know what the words mean, I suggest you look them up because you need to think about what the words suggest and what imagery comes to mind and thinking about what the tone and the mood of the poem might sound like by using those words. And here is the whole poem. Okay, so in this lesson, you're going to have to read the poem just to yourselves, and there are some questions there. But in the next lesson, you'll get to hear the poem read out loud to you. This is just an introductory lesson to this poem, so you don't need to worry too much about it. It's just to gain an understanding of the context. You're going to go into more detail of this poem further on in the week. And then finally, remember to check out. You must always, always check out. Remember, it goes to our system to make sure that you've done the work and make sure that we know you've been there. Make sure you click on the link to check out and then off you go. Have a great day and be kind.